Somebody I was talking to somebody, what their opinion was on the Chris Rock, Will Smith. See, Agent Smith attacked Neo, right? The one. The Smiths represent Babylon. And notice Christ the Rock. And notice Will Smith's an Ahab, Jezebel and Ahab. And so Will Smith was laughing, then he looked over at his wife, whatever she is. I don't know if she would call her wife, but whatever she is. Looked over at his wife, and then he changed his tune. Wishy-washy, right? Anytime we're talking about Ahab and Jezebel right here. We're talking about Ahab. We're talking about Babylon. We're talking about somebody who's trying to change reality. That lady was trying to change reality. I didn't have no transgression when I did this. She's proud of her. She's proud of her Jezebel ways. But think about it. If he smacked the guy for something that's not even just a simple joke, what if she said kill him? He'd have probably killed him. If he has no control over his own spirit, and she controls his beliefs, his doctrine, everything, it's almost like she's his mama in a way. But he's never grown up. Even if it's your mama, eventually you get your own beliefs, and eventually you don't even. And that should happen pretty early. That should happen when you're about 17, 18, at the most 20. But I guess he's a mama's boy even in his marriage. It's sad. I mean, it's really sad. That's my perspective. He's an Ahab he's worse than Ahab, to be honest with you. That's my opinion. Stupid. Oh, they're stupid. And it looks real. It looked real to me. He was laughing until he saw she wasn't laughing, and she kind of gave him a look or said something probably or something. Who knows? But then he changed. Stupid. She wants to be defended at all cost, even to her so-called husband's reputation or his career and also hurting somebody else. It was just the guy's a comedian, the guy's a comedian. That's just my opinion. I think it's a type and shadow of Ahab, Jezebel smacking. Jesus was smit, right? The story's playing out right in front of you. Everything that happens has already happened. It's in the Bible. And so when Elijah stood up against Jezebel, what happened? Eventually, King Ahab says, "Are you the one causing trouble in Israel?" He said, "No." He was pretty much saying, you are doing it because you're letting your wife Jezebel act stupid and lie to the false prophets that she's controlling. So he pretty much was doing he was doing the same thing in a way. He did a backward comment to Ahab saying, no, it's you. You're the one destroying Israel. You're the one causing trouble in Israel because you let that wife Jezebel get her false prophets to tell lies, And so my point is, you're seeing the Bible play out, and you're seeing Jezebel implode. What'd they do with Jezebel? They threw her out the window. Ahab was rich. Will Smith's rich. Ahab is controlled by Jezebel. Will Smith is controlled by his wife. Why didn't he smack the guy that slept with her instead of smacking Chris Rock? Chris Rock should have come back with a joke and said, well, I guess he wouldn't have smacked me if I'd have slept with her. That's what he should have said. That's what he should have said. See the hypocrisy there? See, it don't even make sense. See how it's inverted reality? See how it's the feminist, the Nazi feminist movement, the feminazi movement. It's against Christ. It's against Christ. Changing reality. Maybe there was some history where he just kept messing with her, joking about her, whatever the history was. Maybe that's what it is, but I don't know the whole history. But just from my perspective, without knowing their history, I mean, he might have been harassing her in the past. Who knows? And he just got, who knows? But they know if there was something in the past, as soon as he rises up, he might tell a joke about anybody. My point is, why even go if you think that you can't handle it? If you can't handle it, why even go? Everybody's talking about violence, and violence is bad, and then they support somebody who's violent. The whole thing is ridiculous. Society's upside down. It's upside down. Do you understand that the whole thing is upside down? Is anybody getting it? Is anybody hearing the truth that everything's upside down? That's no different than back in the day. Some gunslinger said something about somebody, and then he pulls out his gun and says, let's have a duel. But Chris Rock wasn't even part of the duel. He didn't agree to it. He's a comedian. If you go listen to a comedian, anybody's a target. It's just, why go? If you can't handle being a target, why go? It's ridiculous. It could have been all a show. It's probably just a show. Most leadership are just actors anyway. It's all act. They have an agenda. It's part of the agenda is the Ankh, the Egyptian Ankh. They're trying to get everybody to worship Lucifer through the Egyptian Ankh, ANKH or ANHK, however you spell it. It's all an agenda. I think it'll backfire, just like Russia situation. I think it's going to backfire. It always does. Look what happened to Jezebel. She was thrown out the window. Babylon is falling, and it will be felled. It will fall one day for all of it. It's just Babylon. It's upside down Babylon. That's all. They hate Jesus as the head. She's actually demasculating him, is what it comes down to. She thinks she can. She had to find somebody a lot younger than her to demasculate, didn't she? She couldn't demasculate somebody her age, right? But for him to have all that money and all that, it's sad. I mean, to see that, makes you want to throw up. Makes you want to throw up, to be honest with you. See somebody demasculated like that. Makes you want to just puke. Changing the roles around. where she tells him how to act and how to think and what to do and what to be mad about and what to believe. It's like he has no there's nothing there. He's not an independent thinker, really. And maybe that's what all actors are. I don't know. Maybe all of them are. When you got a comedian who's an independent thinker, and you got an actor who is a narcissist, uh, people pleaser, no wonder there's friction. You got somebody who's independent and built their life on, making content that they made, versus an actor who's just acting according to a script that some script writer wrote. They're just playing a role in a script. But the comedian has to actually write the script and do his own material and actually follow his own material. I think he needs to send Will Smith a letter and say, look, I won't take it to court. He's got 2 years to make a lawsuit. He said, that's what I'd say. I won't take it to court for this amount of money. That's what I would do. Because the evidence, it's on camera. It's obvious. And the judge will say, well, why did you know there's a comedian there. Why did you go? And it wasn't even against him. It was against somebody else. Yeah, the judge would rule for Chris Rock. It's like a child. It's like something a child would do. It's an adult child married to his mama. That's what it is. He wanted to marry his mama. That's it. It's been decoded. He's looking for a mama to rescue him.